Hello and namaste. This is Sophie, and I'm back with another episode of Access Education Network. And we have another special guest today with me, and he is none other than Mr. Samser Singh, the LIA from New Zealand. So, can I have your brief introduction, sir?
Yeah, sure. First of all, Namaste, Nepal. My name is Shamsher Singh, and I'm a licensed immigration advisor for New Zealand and also a registered migration agent for Australia. And I deal with all the immigration matters of New Zealand and Australia, be it a work visa, student visa, residence visa, spouse, and investor visas as well.
That's great. So, I want to know more about you in the context of how did you start your journey as a licensed immigration advisor, or where did you get the motivation from?
I went to New Zealand 2009 and did my bachelor's in IT from there and worked as a developer programmer for 5 years. And in that journey, I did all my application by myself, and I was also helping my other friends and family members to lodge their visa applications. And from there, I thought it's a very good business and it's also a very good profession where I can help people and still earn money. So then I enrolled into the New Zealand Diploma of Immigration Law in 2016 and completed it in 2017 and got my first license in May 2017, and since then I've been in this profession.
So, you studied in New Zealand,
Yeah,
and you applied your application by yourself?
yeah,
Oh, okay. So that's where the motivation came from, like
yes,
to help other
yeah,
students.
yeah.
Okay, that's great. So currently, we have to lodge the application through the agent or the licensed immigration advisor. Is there any provision of applying directly as well from the student?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. It doesn't has. It is not mandatory to have a licensed advisor or immigration advisor or immigration lawyer who can represent your application. If you want to do it by yourself, you can do it by yourself as well.
Okay. For the perfect guidance, I think I believe it would be better that we go through LIA for the proper documentation assessment.
Yeah, sure. It is an added value if you're unsure about anything, if you don't want to make mistake or learn from
Yeah.
mistake. So just go to an expert education agent or licensed immigration advisor or immigration lawyer who dealing with student visas, and from there you can get your course guidance, course selection, intakes, and the scholarship available from the universities and polytech. And also he can guide you on what sort of visa documents are required for a decision ready file to make to get a positive outcome from the visa application.
Okay, so there are a lot of questions I have to ask with you, but before that, I want to know how the situation has been pre-COVID and the post-COVID, because you started your journey as LIA from 2017, I believe.
Pre-COVID, I think the post-study work visa was a bit different, and it doesn't matter which course you are completing, even a level 5 course would attract a 1 year of post-study work visa. After that, the market is very competitive, and it is improving now. Since last year, when immigration said that okay, from August 2026, the master degree pursued in New Zealand will attract 6 points on the SMC scale. So that is one of the motivation for the students, and also it gives a very fastest pathway to residence. And also with the introduction of 3 years of post-study work visa for master programs, and also spouse open work visa with those programs, and some of the bachelor's and some of the other green list level 7 courses. I mean, that is another benefit and another reason for students to apply for New Zealand student visa.
Okay, so how has the application number increased in context of like coming along with the spouse visa or the dependent partnership work visa? So has that increased in the past few years?
Yeah, sure. Because at the moment, what we can see that before there was a big demand for Canadian student visa and USA and UK as well. But since New Zealand has changed the PSW rules plus the residence visa pathway, I mean, before it was only the SMC, the skilled migrant category, which was very popular for New Zealand. And After that, now we have the green list, work to residence visas, care force, work sector, and I think all of these factors have been contributing in increase of the number of the application for student visa for New Zealand.
Okay, so how does the student identify their visa category? Like if the student is applying for the diploma courses, then can the spouse go along with them? How do they identify their visa type?
Okay, let's start from the master degree.
Okay.
So if the student is going for masters in New Zealand, then their spouse will get open work visa, provided they meet the other requirements of the spouse visa category. And if a student is going for a bachelor's degree, and if that bachelor's degree or any level 7 course is on the green list of the immigration New Zealand, then only their spouse can go along on a work visa. Otherwise, they will get visitor visa. And any other student who is doing level 5, 6 or any other course lower level than bachelor's or graduate diploma, they can only support their spouse on a partnership based visitor visa only.
Okay. So for the partnership work visa, they can work full time and get all the benefits as a dependent.
Yeah, they will have the open work rights, which
Okay.
means they can work for any employer for any role anywhere in New Zealand. Even they can work for multiple employers as well.
And also, how long do they get the visa? Their visa, is it till the course completion or till the PSW that the student will receive?
When a student gets the student visa, after that, the visa length of the spouse will be the same as of the student visa. They will essentially will have the same end date. And once student has completed, just say their master's degree, and after that, student will be eligible for 3 years of work visa under the PSW. Same goes for the partnership based visa as well. So partner will also get partnership based work visa for 3 years.
Okay. So, and for the level 7 green listed programs, they get the same type of visa.
Yeah, for just say somebody is doing graduate diploma in teaching,
Yeah.
and that is a diploma course of level 7, which is on the green list. So the student will get 2 years of post-study work visa after successful completion of the course, and same goes for their spouses as well. They will get 2-year work visa under the partnership category.
Okay. So if that's not the green listed, then they have to go as a tourist visitor visa.
Yeah.
Visitor
Yeah.
visa.
Yeah.
So tourist visa and the visitor visa, are they same or are they different?
I mean, if you have a friend, you're visiting a friend or family, then we call it visitor visa. And for tourists, yeah, if you don't know anybody in the country and you're just visiting that country as a tourist, then we call it tourist visa. But in the immigration sector of New Zealand, there's no tourist or visitor. It's visitor visa general.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense now. Yeah. And for the level 5 and other lower than that of bachelor's, the students will get if the student is just going for the bachelor's, so and that program has to be green listed.
Yeah.
Okay. In order to get the full work.
Full work rights for the spouse. Just
Okay.
say somebody is going for Bachelor of Nursing, that is in the green list. So the spouse of that student will get open work visa.
Okay.
And another example of bachelor's is Bachelor of Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Musculoskeleton. So these type of courses will attract open work visa for the spouses because these are all listed on the green list of New Zealand.
Okay. Are there any conditions? That imply even if the student is going for the masters and they're just recently married? So what are the conditions that apply for the spouse?
I mean, there is no minimum living together requirement from the immigration New Zealand, but we generally talk about just 3 months because within those 3 months, if they have lived together, they would be able to collect a good amount of documents to satisfy the requirements of the partnership-based visa. But just say, like yesterday, I counseled one of the student who only lived 2 weeks together, and then the student is now in New Zealand, and the spouse is in the process of applying for the partnership-based visa. So I advise them that okay, since you're relationship is genuine stable from the documents which he presented to me yesterday. But the living together period is very minimal. It's just 2 weeks. So for those, we do have a different pathway. So we will apply for partnership-based visitor visa from Nepal, and once that student has joined his partner in New Zealand, and they stay together for at least 2 months, and then we can apply for partnership-based work visa from there.
Oh, okay. For that as well, we're going to assist them, or are they going to do it independently, or how does that work?
No, so they need to apply for a total new application.
Okay.
It will be a full-fledged application.
Okay, so yeah, and also I have another question about there are different scenarios, like the boy and the girl are actually living together, but they're not married. So what happens in that case?
Yeah, I mean, the marriage is not mandatory.
Okay.
We call it de facto relationship in New Zealand, or in the terms of immigration New Zealand. So yeah, so if they have been living together for a good amount of period, and they have a substantial amount of evidence to show that their relationship is genuine and stable and likely to endure in future, and plus they have a good amount of documents of their living together, same address proof, they can apply for the partnership-based work visa. So they don't need to get married in order to be eligible for that.
Okay, so for that, we can just add the additional evidences of them as a genuine relationship. We don't need the marriage, or there's nothing required in regards to the family,
No.
the functions and everything. Okay, sounds good. And also we have another, like, different scenarios coming with the child as well. And the one concern that I have faced with one of our students was regarding the child education. So if they're going for the February intake, does that match with the education there of the child or not, the intake that they have as a child? So do we have any kind of assistance in regards to that, or do you have any idea for them?
Generally, the session starts in Jan-Feb in New Zealand, but just say if somebody is going with their child in July intake, they can still go, and then they can select a school, whatever the school is in their address zone. And then school will decide how they're gonna proceed further with that student or the domestic student. What they're gonna do, essentially, they're gonna start from him. Essentially, they're gonna start with him in the July itself, and they will build up all those skills. And once his skills are synced with the other class, and they will put into a full-fledged class.
Okay.
I've seen lots of children who went there with their parents, and they just started anywhere.
Okay,
Maybe June,
that's not a
July.
big deal.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah. Okay, and what are the benefits if the parents are going to take the child along with them? What are the benefits that the child is going to get?
I mean, the main benefit is that the child will have a domestic student status, which means they don't need to pay any tuition fee to the school.
Wow.
And also, the education system of New Zealand is world renowned and internationally recognized. So the child will have access to the free education, the New Zealand type of education, and he will have friends from multicultural and other countries as well. And I mean, it's a very good opportunity for him to learn from others as well at the same time. And then it will be easier for him to get admission into New Zealand universities if he chooses to study there.
Further.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So for if the child and the spouse is going along with the student who's actually going to study there, they can proceed their application once the AIP or the e-visa is received for the student, right?
No, because if they want, we can launch the student visa application along with the spouse and the child as well. But the only risk in this scenario is that, just say student visa gets declined, then the other application will also be declined, or we need to withdraw those applications, and the immigration is not going to refund the immigration fees paid for the application. So I mean, there will be a financial loss. In a good day scenario, what in most of the cases, what I prefer and what I recommend them to at least wait for the AIP. Once the AIP is there, then you can launch the student, the spouse visa application and the domestic child student visa.
Okay, so I've now quite understood about the various visa type that's there, and For the visitor visa, so for the visitor visa, if they live together for like, how do they change for their full work permit? How does the spouse get eligible for that then? So they're just gonna stay there without working and just support the partner, or how do they do it?
I mean, just say, if we link this conversation to the previous, where we were talking that if the living together period is just 2 weeks, and then we ask them to apply for the partnership-based visitor visa, once that spouse is there in New Zealand, I mean, on the visitor visa, he doesn't have any work conditions. He will have the conditions of just a visitor. I mean, if he chooses to, he can study any course which is less than 3 months. But he cannot work over there. So after 2 months of living together and collecting the evidence of living together and the genuine stable relationship in New Zealand as well, so then they just need to put up another application of partner of a student work visa.
Okay. Partner of a student work visa.
Work visa. So that's the exact name which we can see in the immigration system, but sometimes we call it partnership-based work visa as well.
Yeah, partnership-based work visa. And if the course, like, I'm a bit confused about the context. Like the course, which is not in the green listed program, so are they eligible to apply for a partnership-based work visa as well later
No,
on?
if just say the course is level 5 or 6, or course is even bachelor's level, so they are not eligible to apply for the partnership-based work visa.
Okay.
They can get a partnership-based visitor visa only.
Okay, that makes sense now. Yeah, thank you so much for that. And what do you think, like, as a licensed immigration advisor, you've been in this field for quite some time now, what are the benefits as a student that they can get, or if they study in New Zealand?
I mean, one of the first and one of the very important is that New Zealand is one of the safest country in the world. And apart from that, it is very green, clean, and it has breathtaking natural landscapes and scenic views. And also the New Zealand education system is world renowned, internationally recognized. New Zealand has some top international universities, polytechnics, and the PTEs. I mean, students can have a wide range of courses for selection, and wide range of institutes as well, according to their pocket and the financial status. And also, what I believe is that the residence pathway is very straightforward. Just if you compare the residence pathway of New Zealand with Australia, in Australia you have to apply for the EOI, or in Canada you have to apply for the EOI, then you need to wait for the invitation to apply. Sometime it comes, sometime it comes in a week or in a month, sometime it takes years. I mean, uncertainty is there. But in New Zealand, just say if you are going through the skilled migrant category residence visa, you apply for the EOI, within minutes it will be selected, and you will get ID in your email on the same time, on the same day. So I mean, you're certain that if you have scored 6 points, and if you meet character and other health requirements, and you have the skilled employment, you're eligible, and you will certainly get invitation to apply.
Wow. Okay. So how do we collect the points?
I mean, it's through work experience, and it's through qualification as well. The New Zealand-based qualification, just a master's, straightway attracts 6 points, and if it's a bachelor's degree, it's 5 points, and if it's 6 points out of the master's, then you just need skilled employment over there. From skilled employment, I mean the employment that has skill level 1, 2, and 3 on the N school levels. And also you meet the median wage, and there are some other character and health requirements. I mean, you will be on the residence pathway.
So once the student completes the master's degree, and they get the 6 points, and they can work for the skilled any of the employer, and then they can get for their PR or settlement.
Let me simplify.
Okay.
Master's degree, which has gained from New Zealand, plus the skilled employment is equal to residence visa.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are other requirements like character, health, and 6.5 overall in IELTS or 58 in PTE. That's the English level things, which they have to
Do it.
which they have to meet in the SMC as well. But some of the time it's waived.
Okay. In what situation it is waived? Is it?
Like if you have New Zealand based postgraduate degree, just like masters.
Then it can
Yeah,
be waived.
and there are some bachelor's degrees. If you have done bachelor's degree for 3 years or 2 years in UK, Canada, or any other English speaking country, so Immigration New Zealand has a list of those countries, so then that can be waived.
Okay, and I also want to know more about PhD programs. Like, how do they work? And as an immigration advisor, what would you suggest? Would you suggest the student to go for the double masters or go for the PhD, where they can actually take their family along with them? And what would be your suggestion?
I mean, it's on to them, because if you are going for PhD, then you need to contact with the universities and tell that what your vision is, just say what your research topic is, and if they have availability of the supervisor in that field or in that particular topic, then only you will be able to do the PhD. And if you compare masters with the PhD, I mean, the selection, the off-road plays criteria is a bit different and a bit harder than the masters. Masters is just straightforward.
Yeah.
If you don't want to waste too much time, so just go for the masters, and you can always do the double master.
Yeah.
Just say you have done master of business management over here, and now you are going for another master, just master of business informatics or master of business information systems. So that is another added value, and you will gain a different kind of skill set from that qualification.
Yep. And is the point system same for the PhD as well?
Yeah,
Okay, so it's similar.
I mean the highest point you can get is 6 points.
Okay. Okay, sounds great. So do you have any suggestion for our students who's actually looking forward to study in New Zealand along with their child and the spouse? Or and also, like, do you have any recommendation for them? Like, what are the things that they need to be careful about while processing through their application?
I mean, always choose a good advisor or expert education agent, and you have to be very careful on the course selection. I mean, always select a course which will lead to an occupation, or which will give you skills which will be required to get a skilled employment in New Zealand, because skilled employment is the key to residence visa.
Yeah. So this, if they are looking for the settlement, then the New Zealand is a quite right place.
Yeah, yeah. As we have already discussed, you don't need to wait for the ITA. And once you've completed your masters, you just need a skilled employment from an accredited employer, which is on the median wage, and that's it.
Okay, so thank you so much for your wonderful time. I believe I've covered all of the points, I believe. Is there anything that I've missed?
I think we have covered all the points, and
Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for the amazing time. And yes, we'll be meeting in India as well, as we're having another event in January 20th. So Laksha, New Zealand.
Yeah.
So he'll be there, and our Access team will be there to support you guys for any of the queries that's there, based in India. So yeah, I just wanted to mention our event as well.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to miss any chance to mention about our event as well. So yeah, thank you so much for your amazing time, and I believe you have a flight today.
Yeah.
So safe flight, sir.
Thank you
And
very much.
see you
It's my
soon.
pleasure to it's my pleasure to be on this session and advising the Nepalese client.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And yes, see you in another episode with another amazing guest. So stay tuned. Bye bye.